What's going on, you guys? Lynx Forte here to bring you my week 3 battle of the APA going up against Kyle, aka Sleeping Knight. And guys, I need to apologize. I know last week I said this week I would be bringing back live comms, but this was just stupidity on my part. I guess the audio or when I was recording the audio for the gameplay, I guess I had the slider up like just too far to the right, so it was like, you know, when the animations were going off, the sounds were drowning me out. So I basically had to do this post-com because in the majority of the cases you couldn't hear me, and it's the same for next week too, so I apologize for that. Like, I'm recording all this like last minute, and yeah, and I'm trying to do this really quick because I have plans right now. I need to finish this up and go. But anyway, the team I'm bringing is Melodic, Scizor, Kecleon, Zoroark, Tornadus, and Victini. Melodic, I'm sorry, I can't remember the sets and I don't have it pulled up. But basically, my plan with this one was to try and phase out his team, because what I've noticed about his first two battles was that he was doing some setup, or at least it was his first week battle. I don't think I saw week 2 by the time I battled him. But I know his first week battle, he was playing a lot of setup. So I wanted to make sure I had things that could like phase him out. And as well as I wanted to make sure I could stop anything that could possibly sweep me. So it was different sets I had going on here. Like, looking at his team, I wasn't really sure what he wanted to lead off with. I didn't really want to take any chances. I figured like Melodic would be my best lead, which is the reason why I led off with it. Looking at his team though, if he decided to lead with Necrozma, I could just Dragon Tail that thing out if it wanted to try and start setting up anything. Same with Manaphy, but he did lead off with his Mega Pidgeot. I did the calc real quick just to see could I live a Hurricane, or to see how much a Hurricane would do, and I think it would do like 30-something%. So, you know, I decided, I'm going to just stay in and fire off a Scald. I'm pretty sure Ice Beam was not in my set. I think my set was Scald, Dragon Tail, Toxic, and Recover. But he opts to go for the U-turn to switch out. I'm guessing he just predicted me to either go for the Ice move or the Water move, and I actually went for the Toxic. I guess predicting his switch like into Necrozma. I don't remember. I'm sorry, you guys. This is horrible. I should just like let it play and let you guys enjoy the battle for what it is. This is so bad. But yeah. Now at this point, I just don't want to risk him setting anything up. So as you see, he does go for the Tail Glow. I'm just gonna click Dragon Tail, and luckily I do connect to phase him out of here. So now he knows Melodic is not free setup for him. But it kind of told me that, you know, that was his plan the entire time, was just to try and sweep me from the jump. But unfortunately, I do switch him into Necrozma. And even though it's potential that he sets me up, I didn't want to just... I didn't want this thing to destroy my life, or maybe like a Thunderbolt or something. But he opts to go for Photon Geyser. And Kecleon was my best switch into this thing. Like, it was physically defensive, and Kecleon itself is just bulky on the special side, so it was my best switch in no matter what he went for. I guess fearing either the knockoff or Shadow Sneak or whatever, he opts to switch out, and I figure, you know what, this is a good time to just get my rocks up, knowing I could take another Photon Geyser. And then, you know, I knew he wouldn't go for Focus Blast because I could just click Shadow Sneak. So I figured that would be a good opportunity to get more rocks up, like I said. He does opt to go into Cradily, and I don't have Drain Punch on this set, I don't believe. But I figured, you know what, this is a good time to bring in my Scizor, as he decides to get his own rocks up. Now, I don't think he would stay in. I'm actually expecting him to like maybe want to go into Marowak, because I was fearing that Marowak would be Scarf. So I am just going to click Knockoff here, as he opts to go into Manaphy. Maybe like it's a middle ground play. Maybe it was to eat up a Bullet Punch as I knock off his leftovers. He sees now that I am Life Orb. He does not know whether or not this is my Zoroark or not, because all I did was click knockoff, and he saw Life Orb. and both of them get that. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? Manaphy has to attack because I have rocks up. It can't switch in and then take poison damage. So Manaphy is pretty much out of this game. And now he clicks Scald and burns me. And you know what? Kecleon got rocks up. That's all I really needed. I think I'm just going to click Shadow Sneak here and let Kecleon get a kill. I mean, why not? Why allow Kecleon to die when it can get a kill and potentially get chip off on something else that comes in after the fact? So Kecleon picks up a kill, picks up the first kill of the game, and I'm very happy about that. The threat that is Manaphy is gone. Unfortunately, like I said, I am burned, so I don't have much I can do. Now I'm actually wondering if I have Drain Punch on this or not. I don't think I do. Like I said, guys, this was weeks ago when I had this battle, so I don't remember. But this thing outspeeds me anywhere, and it takes me out. I could have got chip off, but I guess it wouldn't matter because, you know, he had Giga Drain, so it would have all canceled out basically because I think now he's back at full. But I do take this as an opportunity to go into my Scizor. Not really fearing anything, thinking maybe he'll just switch in. I'm just gonna click SD, and I see this as a perfect opportunity. I'm still in the back fearing this Marowak, but I go for a second SD because I did the calc, and even if he comes in after rocks, +4 bullet punch cannot kill. It's hard to predict knockoff, so yeah. But I got greedy right here. I was at +4. I should have just killed this thing and worried about Marowak another time. Even if that thing was Scarf, I had things in the back that could have dealt with Marowak in different ways. But I allow this thing to get off damage on me as I kill it, and this is why it was a mistake. As you're gonna see right here, as I take more Life Orb damage, I have 2 attacks left in me. But I forgot about Dugtrio sitting in the back. And once it came in, I was like, this thing is going to Sucker Punch me. And it's exactly what it does. I knew I couldn't live a Sucker Punch. And this, ladies and gentlemen, I knew was just bad. So I bring in Juvia, my Melodic. And I know he's not going to stay in. I know he's not going to stay in. Because I can live an Earthquake. So, but I have no choice. I have to click Scald. I have to. And it's annoying that I have to do that. So, but I click Scald, and as he brings in Mega Pidgeot takes about 30-40% there, something like that. I don't know. Don't have the thing up, so I can't really tell. And I'm thinking, okay, another one should take it out based on the damage that I just saw there. And here's another Scald. And unfortunately, it lives. I mean, had this thing gone down had this thing gone down right then and there, Dugtrio would not have been a problem for me. Like, I knew I needed to be at a decent amount of health to take on that Dugtrio with my Lottie. The issue was with that Mega Pidgeot, with Pidgeot not going down from that second Scald, now this thing is free to just keep spamming Hurricane, and I have a Dugtrio in the back to worry about, and I can't keep clicking Recover waiting for him to run out of Hurricanes, because I get confused and then I have to play that game, and it's like, you know what, at that point I just click Scald, just being fearful of the of being confused. So, and I calced it, man, was this a roll, and I was worried. Like, he needed an absolute min roll for me to live and take out this Dugtrio. But because you get greedy, you do not get saved by RNG. So Dugtrio takes me out. Now I bring in Victini. Oh, rocks are up. So look at the HP. He knows what's in. This Earthquake as well was a roll, because I asked him after the battle. He said he was Jolly. Jolly was like a 37% chance to kill me after rocks. So he got the roll to kill me. Otherwise Zoroark would have taken him out and I would have had a chance. But now I bring in Tornadus because I didn't know whether or not he was locked in. Maybe, you know, maybe he was scarfed. By the way, this Tornadus was 100% support. It was Toxic, U-turn, Defog, and fourth move I can't remember. But I knew I had no like actual attacking moves. So, and I'm not Scarf Victini. And even if you know, I'm not Scarf Victini. So this is basically game over. He's gonna Earthquake me here. Tornadus is gonna come in on rocks and die. So yeah, my man, it's just pure greed. That's all I can say. I got greedy, and it cost me the battle. Had I just stayed at +4 with Scizor, Scizor could have swept. Manaphy was already down. Bullet Punch into Mega Pidgeot killed. I think Knockoff. No, I had Bug Bite on Scizor, actually. Bug Bite into Necrozma killed at +4. He later told me Marowak was not scarfed. So all I had to do was click Knockoff. And honestly, had he brought Marowak in, I would have just played that game. I would have played that risk and stayed in. Because look at my team. Nothing switches into it. If he had clicked Shadow Bone, even if he was scarfed, he had clicked Shadow Bone and I switched in Milotic. Milotic took, I think it was like 30-something%. So now I'm playing Recover Game, giving him a free switch into something else. Yeah. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, moral of the story, don't be greedy. If you know you can kill what's in front of you, kill it. Anyway, you guys, that's it for this battle. Unfortunately, we are now 2-1 going into week 4. We have a lot of ground to make up because Dan and Chase at this point, actually, no, Dan and Chase are at this point that I know of, or that you guys know of, because I don't know when their battles are going up, are undefeated. So they're both 2-0. You can just assume that they're both 3-0 at this point. I don't know. I'm not willing to tell. Do I yeah, I know at least one of them. Panther is 1-1, or is he 2-0? I don't remember. But we have some ground to make up in our division. We kind of need to start just winning. Sorry, my phone was vibrating. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here because I'm taking up way too much time and I need to go. This is Link's Forte. I'm out. Peace.